What's happening there, racing fans? Welcome back to the channel, brought to you in association with betting.co.uk. I'm Ginger Joe and I'm back with two selections for you on Monday's race cars. Now, Monday's usually a day that I stay well clear of, but I think there's a few standout bets tomorrow over the jumps at Southwell. I'm going to bring you two selections in this episode, my strongest two selections, but I do have an extra two selections in my group chat. And if you'd like to come over and join me there, just click subscribe to this video and then click the link in the description below, and that will bring you straight in to the group chat. Now, before I go on to my selections as well, courtesy of betting.co.uk, I have an offer from BetVictor, where if you bet £5, you can get £30 in free bets. And again, everything is all below this video. Now, I've been in pretty decent form at the moment, in particular on the jumps cards, a little bit quieter on the flat, but we've got some good action tomorrow. And my first selection comes in the 3:15, which is a 2-mile handicap chase. In fact, it's just shy of 2 miles, and unsurprisingly on the good ground as well. The favourite here is First Angel at 5-2. Won last time out on his debut for Martin Keeley, and did it easily enough as well, and didn't necessarily go on backed either, so it could be a fact that he's just improved. But prior to this, for Laura Morgan, he was 0 from 11, and I'm not totally sure that he's going to back that up with his £6 rise. Plus, everything just seems to go right for him that day, not to mention that this is a tougher race. So I'm happy to take on the favourite in this race here. Now, in these conditions, you definitely need speed, which actually brings Mediba Passion into the equation. Won a couple of nice point-to-points, actually. Showed plenty of speed so far, too. And definitely possesses as the main danger. But I think Chess Player is the one to beat here for Ben Paulin at 3-1. He was decent enough over hurdles without necessarily doing too much winning, but he's a much improved horse for a fence. He's actually won 2 of his last 4 starts as well. He started off by winning at Worcester on his chase debut, and then backed up with 2 decent runs in defeat to end the season. But last time out, after a break of nearly 220 days, he won in really good fashion at Huntingdon. He'd been off the track a while, but he really won in convincing style. And even though he goes at £7 for that race, it looks like this should actually be manageable for him. And himself, coming here on his second start, should bring out some more improvement in him still. Himself and the second that day were clear of the remainder, and he was really strong through the line. And even though I think he's going to go further in time, and yes, Mediba Passion is the one that's got loads of pace, but I just think Chess Player here looks a little bit ahead of schedule, and he's the more consistent type. Second start of the year, I think that he could be open to a lot more at 3-1. My second selection comes in the next race, the 3:45. You've got a 2.5 mile maiden hurdle. And again, this looks competitive enough. Again, you've got Shan Dancer here, the 3-1 second favourite. 0 from 15, but it's been doing a lot better since wind surgery, but probably still needs a little bit more. Another joint second favourite in the race is Presenting Nelly for the Scouting team. Been off the track a long time now, hasn't ran since February of 2022. Hard to really know what to expect about this one. I guess a bit of market support would probably go in favour of his chances. Gino Vess, I think, is a really decent looking horse here. 13-2, pretty interesting runner for Martin Keeley. He unseated the rider over course and distance last week, but he was going pretty well at the time. And I've just got a feeling that he could be quite a decent horse. So 13-2 is probably a decent enough price about his chances. But I think the favourite here, Faded Destiny for Christian Williams. I think he's going to take some stopping, especially for the step up and trip. I think it's just what he needs. I think he's going to just outstay his rivals here. And he has been progressing race by race without necessarily winning. So I think this is going to be a really good opportunity for him now. And I think he's about to come good. He definitely is going to need to brush up on his drum pin a little bit, but the step up and trip ought to help that out a little bit. And I simply think that he's going to outstay all of his rivals, and I think he's the best horse in the race. 2-1 is definitely short enough about his price and his chances, but he's progressing nicely. He sets the standard. He's got a really good chance here to get off the mark, and I just think he's a little bit better than his rivals, particularly at this stage. As long as he jumps okay, I think the one to beat here is going to be Faded Fantasy at 2-1. So the two selections for tomorrow, I've got Chess Player at 3-1 in the 3:15 at Southwell. And then in the 3:45, I like Faded Fantasy at 2-1. Chess Player being the nap of the two selections. As mentioned, though, I do have 2 further selections. If you do want to take advantage of those as well, then just click subscribe to this video, and that will give you access to my group chat using the link in the description below. So that's a wrap for Monday. I will be back again with some selections for Tuesday. And of course, I'll have my golf selections out real soon for the US Open coming next week as well. Thanks everyone for tuning in, and good luck with your bets. Bye-bye.